Hey guys, my name is Beth. I'm Black Filipino, and here are my thoughts on her as the new Belle in Beauty and the Beast. So first, I want to say it feels good to be represented. If you guys don't know me, I was born and raised in the Philippines. I just moved here back in 2016. So it's been about going on to 7 years that I've been living here. Almost 3 decades of my life is all in the Philippines. And when I got here, it's almost like a culture shock to me that I see people like me every time I turn the TV on. And it's so refreshing. It feels good. It affected my self-esteem because coming here, I have very low self-esteem. I don't see myself as pretty or beautiful because I don't see a lot of people that look like me on TV in the Philippines. If you turn on the TV in the Philippines, you rarely see people that looks like me to be on TV. You see them, but they would either be side character, not like the main character, or they would be like a source of humor. So I've never really seen someone as like the main character and she looks like me, or she's black and she has like hair like mine, skin color like mine. No, none of that. So when I moved here and I saw that, I was just so happy. And I feel like if you've been following me for a while, you can kind of see the changes in how I see myself and how I present myself to the camera, from being shy and being reserved, to being like, be able to talk to you guys like right now. Of course, there's like a lot of work that comes with that you guys do not see because it's like behind the camera. But seeing her as the new Belle in the Beauty and the Beast is just like, a princess just like me. And it was just so like, I feel like some part of my inner child healed because of that. And I'm pretty sure that if this was being pushed in the Philippines, there's going to be a little Beth like me, or a little Black Filipino like me, that would somehow have a little bit of hope and see themselves differently just because of that particular moment that another Black Filipino, and she actually represent the Filipino side of her as well. So that makes me just like, wow, come on. This is admirable. Like, you rarely see, it's not that you rarely see, it's just that when Filipino Americans get the chance, when they get their feet on the door or foot on the door, they're gonna carry the whole entire culture with them. They're gonna carry the whole, they're gonna represent, is what I'm saying. And that makes me feel proud. It makes me feel so happy. And like I said, some part of me is just jumping up and down and up and down. And I know my inner child is just so happy. But Beauty and the Beast with her, phenomenal. So happy. This is progress, bro. Like, slowly, you are seeing people like me. If you're like me, then people like us. And if you're married to a Filipina, you're married to a Black man, then it's like an opportunity for your offspring too. So you should be happy too, and you should be celebrating too. So we all should be celebrating, and Filipinos should be celebrating too, because her took the Filipino representation, put it in her dress, and put it on national TV here in the US. So you have to thank her for that. This is not a big news in the Philippines for some reason. Like, I don't see my friends sharing this. So yeah, it feels good to be represented.
Black Filipino all day long.
I've been living here for almost 7 years now. There are things that I notice towards Filipino Americans. They are so eager to connect with their roots, whether if they're like, our roots in the African side or our roots in like Filipino side. Filipino Americans are just like so eager to get to know their Philippine history. Filipino Americans, they're more into like, oh, I want to get to know the language. Let's learn the language. Some of them pay a tutor just to know Tagalog. Some would learn by buying. I remember back in elementary, 8-9 years old, when we were studying about this history. In the book, it's so old. There's only like 2 pages dedicated for the baybayin. And I remember this because I saw the characters. I was like, this is cool. I want to learn this. I think I've learned how to write my name in baybayin, but that's it. There's no like in-depth tutorial, well, not tutorial, in-depth like diving into the our old form of writing. When her put baybayin in Belle's costume, that is very symbolic. if you don't think that's symbolic, like in a good way, I don't know what to say and I don't know how to explain it to you, but for me, that's very symbolic in a good freaking way. So yeah, I also think that Filipino Americans are more like attached to their Filipino roots, because there's this guy, and I think he's half white, he's half Filipino. He went to travel to the Philippines, and his goal was to find this native tattoo artist. She's been living in the mountains. She's one of the oldest tribe member. He was able to ask her if she can give her a tattoo, which is what? You travel to the mountains to find this old lady. We're in the Philippines. They probably won't pay attention to her. Like, don't give her that much of a significance if she's walking in the street of Manila. It's just like, I can't, like, because I'm living in America now and I lived in the Philippines. It's like, there's like, it's not connecting. The dots aren't connecting. And then that's when I realized, oh, okay, Filipinos, Americans look at patriotism differently than Filipino look at patriotism. Or is that even patriotism? It's like just being attached to your roots and grounded by it and like not forgetting it. If that makes any sense. And then I always see mixed people, mixed Filipino, they would like get tattoo of the flag, not like the literal flag. It's like the 3-star in the sun, which basically symbolize the Philippine flag. So I was like, wow, they're actually doing this, and it's like, it's so good to see, because it's not something that I always see all the time in the Philippines. If you've been to the Philippines, you walk around, you do not see a random house having a Filipino flag. Here, almost every other house have American flag. And I know why is that. And with me now that I'm here in America, it all makes sense, because I'm holding on to that culture and values and morals that makes me who I am. So yeah, all I can say to wrap up this whole video is that what Filipino Americans are doing are very admirable, and I feel like we are doing progress for the future mixed race kids generation, because my generation, we're already here. It's either we want to do better or stay where we at. I see good things happening for our mixed race children, and this is not just for Black Filipino, this is for white Filipino as well, or whatever mix you are, because at the end of the day I feel like we're all mixed with something, you know. So yeah, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.